So we spoke earlier a bit about the high points, the 70 FA Cup semi-final. Have you got any other moments that stand out for you?
Oh no, because I suppose I'm not.
Because all our first games basically weren't they? Were all friendlies. We used to travel
Yeah,
all over the place.
When the club first started, it used to be a lot of charity games. They used to play because they played Manchester Corinthians in 1967. That was one of the big teams then. And look, the thing is, when they first started, because I've got all the photos and things at home, and there used to be hundreds of people stood around the grounds.
Yeah.
You know, you don't. I suppose in the Women's Super League now they get the support that they get. You know, but there was just literally 3 or 4 rounds of people all the way around the pitch, and it was just fantastic to see those sort of things. Women's and girls football is really taken off anyway at the moment because, you know, the England team are doing so well as well, and that's really emphasised in the sport as well, and it's, you know, it's one of the top sports in the country, isn't it, at the moment? And but yeah, you know, I suppose we used to go and watch all those sort of things when we were sort of younger, didn't we? All the young games. But no, we've had lots of, you know, successes in cups and things like that, and we've run our tournament, which is probably into its about 35th anniversary as well next year. So we keep doing that every year. So although it's really hard work, we say we're never going to do it next year, but we still do it. We still do it. So
it's just a fundraiser basically. If it wasn't for doing these tournament things, you just wouldn't survive because you just couldn't do it without raising some cash somehow. You've got to.
Yeah.
But I mean, when our training facilities bill, well, it's colossal, isn't it?
Yeah,
It really, really is. Pitch fees has got to be paid for, and referees and all these sort of things. It just makes an hole in your bank balance every year. If it wasn't for a good bank balance we've got, you couldn't carry on.
It's just ticking over. We're not a club that go out there and make players play loads and loads of money. It's just really to cover all our costs, you know, because the kit and stuff is another thing. We've actually got sponsors for most of the teams, so that's what we're always looking for, sponsorship for people to come in and sponsor a team kit. But there's been all the highs. We like last season, as I say, the United team won the cup and finished second in the league. The first team, which we now haven't got, they got promoted to the Women's FA Premier League, which you know you're aware of. That was just maybe a step too far for them, you know. So we've had to sort of pull out of that league. But the girls that were there, you know, they did as much as they possibly could to stay at that level. But we've just now got to try and achieve that again by, you know, we've got two women's teams in the Wiltshire County League. So our aim has got to be to try and get one of them promoted back into the South West region and then start pushing on again. You know, you have these disappointments, don't you, in life, and you just got to get back on your feet and just try and drive forward again. So that's what we will do as a club, try and drive forward and push one of the teams as high as we possibly can again. So, you know, and that's beneficial for the younger ones coming through because, as I said before, they want to play at the highest level, you know, so you have to be trying to strive as far as you possibly can. So, yeah, but yeah.
Okay, it's good. Yeah, it's just keep pushing if we can. Get that big one next year and all the clubs, all the teams get success with everything they do next season. So that'd be great. It really would. Yeah.
And so obviously 50 years, you've seen a lot. What do you think the standard is of grassroots football now in this country? A lot's made of it. A lot of people say more money needs to be put into it. What do you guys think?
There is a lot of money involved in football, mainly the men, isn't it, the Premiership and things. I still think there needs to be more into grassroots football because if you look at the facilities that some of the teams play on, some of the pitches that they play on, and I know the FA are doing an awful lot, you know, to get 3G pitches and things like that and helping to support clubs, but I still think there's not enough that goes into the grassroots level. You know, there needs to be that little extra bit of help. So yeah, if they've seen, well, I had a game today, the pitch was a bit rough, which is going to be, but you know, if you had a Premiership team playing on a pitch like that, you know how they want to play football, don't you? And at the end of the day, your skills, I suppose, maybe you get better by playing on pitches that aren't as up to the standard of the Premiership. But yeah, I really think that there should be, you know, I know there are grants you can get for increasing participation and getting new teams, but maybe there needs to be a little bit more that comes down to us when you think of the wages that the Premiership players are getting, you know.
That's true. Yeah, it's very true. We should like Rooney's wages. Oh, I tell you. Oh, certainly
a lot of people would, I think. So, yeah, that's the thing, you know. But you know, with the women's game anyway, it's getting more and more popular because, as I say, you've got the Women's Super League. England, they've got a game next weekend at Bristol City, so you know we're trying to promote that to our girls, and we've got about 30, 40 going to that next weekend. So it's just sort of following them. And I think it is, as I said before, if the women's team are doing really, really well, I think it has a really big knock-on effect. It's the same with any sport, you know, rugby, cricket, whatever. If they are successful, then you seem to have a surge, don't you, of people wanting to participate in that sport. So just hope that the England ladies can keep carrying on as they are and, you know, keep those going for grassroots football.
Absolutely. And so, what are your plans for Swindon Spitfires? Is there anything in the pipeline for what's going to push them further?
Just keep going if we can. That's basically the thing. If you know, when we get to that big 5-0, and because I won't be able to carry it on because I'm 70 now, and you know, I'll be 71 when all this is gone. I think just about that'll be it for me. I think I won't. Definitely I can't. I'm suffering with the knees now, so. I think I've done adequate.
It's just trying to encourage more people into it, isn't it, really? Because at the end of the day, we can't go on forever. Everybody knows that. And like my daughter, you know, she's got her own family, and I think to myself, well, please don't take over for me, because I, you know, although I've enjoyed all the years that I've been in it, you know, you sometimes sit back and think, well, football isn't the be-all and end-all. And it would be nice to get more people involved in the club, you know, to sort of support us and maybe, you know, in a few years' time take over from us so that we can sit back and relax and enjoy retirement. So, but that's what you've got to look at it, because people can't go on forever. You know, it's the same with everything, isn't it, really? You need to hope that somebody's going to come along and say, hey, I wouldn't mind doing that. So, you know, you can still be there in the background, but just give them the support and let them take it on for the next 50 years. So yeah, because we won't be around in another 50 years, will we? So yeah, that's the big thing. So it's just a vicious cycle, isn't it, really, with players and volunteers and all sorts of things. Really, you just need more people to get involved, and because I think once you'll find with any club that we're not the only club, but if you go to some other clubs, you'll find people have been there an awful long time, because you get in there and you're there to sort of stay. And I think sometimes it'd just be nice to, you know, be able to push those memories on or support to other people.
It'd be nice. It would be nice to get some more people involved to help blend them into what Bev's doing, and probably myself, and try and get them to do what I've been doing. But it's struggled to get good volunteers today. Yeah. Well, we have got volunteers, don't get me wrong, but somebody who's like ourselves, who've really done things in the past and at the present as well. So it really is hard work. Yeah.
So you're looking for volunteers to come and help the club?
Yeah, we're always looking for volunteers, coaches, admin people, anybody with financial, media, especially sort of fundraising and sponsorship. That's one of our biggest things, is trying to get more people to help sponsor the club. So we're always looking.
Especially with the 50th coming up, we would like a big sponsor for that if we could.